Hey guys, Pejman Gadimi here, back again with another great conversation regarding the car bubble. You may have read I wrote a recent article regarding that how I felt that the entire exotic auto industry was in a speculative bubble. What I mean by that is years ago, many of you, because most of you are affluent individuals who understand finance, and you would know that what happened during the Great Recession, which occurred in 2008, was that the majority of the reason why the housing market crashed was because of speculation, meaning speculation took Wall Street to Main Street and Main Street to making decisions similar to what Wall Street would make, not understanding what they were doing, as a result collapsing the market based on the speculation that the home market would keep going up and that there was an investment opportunity for everybody. Reality is the same thing has been going on across the exotic car community. There's a lot of cars that are obviously overvalued, overinflated as a result of speculation. The Mercedes SLS is a good example. It's now up in retail 50K, but down in wholesale 10K. The Mercedes SLR, McLaren SLR, same exact thing. Many of the cars out there, many of them that are super exotics like the LFA, like the Aventador SV, again, in similar bubbles. The whole idea is that to understand where bubbles get formed is to understand where margins come from. When cars have significant margins above 20% from wholesale to retail, it indicates that the market is overvaluing a car based on demand. When the demand isn't there and that inflation is still going on, it shows you where you can identify bubbles in certain brands. While we have seen this across the board, across all brands, kind of happening a little bit more with some than others, we have also identified it now in new car manufacturers, meaning like this piece of shit behind me, which technically costs probably less than 150K MSRP, what it should be, but really selling for 300K MSRP because Lamborghini understands it can get away with it. And yet Audi sells its counter product, the exact same car, for 200K with more carbon, better craftsmanship, and everything in between with a similar engine and transmission. So it leaves some room to understand, well, okay, Lamborghini is worth 100K more because of the brand, but why would a car inferior to its sister counterpart be selling for 100K more? Why not would a car with like equal or superior quality, even if it's going to be 100K more, at the very least have a matching level of quality and craftsmanship than its sister, the R8. And so we can identify a lot of these trends in that, like in the market itself, both new cars and used cars. We can also identify this in finance, because remember, Wall Street always takes advantage of bubbles. And so we can see this when banks and credit unions are willing to lend with no income verification, are willing to lend large amounts of money, have, like TD Bank has upped its dollar amount from 250K a customer to 300K just to be able to meet demand. Again, higher demand shows that more people are playing in the game. And when people are playing in the game and a higher amount of volume is playing, it isn't because more people have come into wealth. It's because more people are figuring out some of the things I teach at Exotic Car Hacks and are taking advantage of these loopholes. Unfortunately, they're not understanding how to do it properly. And as a result of it, it's no different than it was in 2008 when my neighbor came to me and said, I'm a cab driver making 40K a year. I want to buy 6-7 homes and flip them. And I'm like, where are you going to get the financing to buy 6-7 homes? And he's like, oh, I got a broker that got me approved. It's no different than what's happening in the car market today. The biggest difference in terms of how is this going to play out is that even if the bubble burst in that market, it's only really impacting the top 3% of the population who can even be playing this game, versus the housing market was impacting everybody. So it was a significantly different proposition. There will be no catastrophic crash that destroys everything across the board, but this crash will bring values down significantly. Make sure that if you are playing with cars today, you start paying very close attention to this bubble, especially if you're playing with more dangerous makes and models where the margins have exceedingly increased over the years, but not the values. And so I want you to really understand these models and understand how to protect yourself, which is why we've created Exotic Car Hacks, and which is why you're an insider, or if you're not yet, you're going to sign up and become an insider so that you understand how these key criteria work, and so you don't fall victim of the upcoming bubble or bubble crash. Catch you guys next time.